I do have a kid on my chest.
It's a possibility of still raining one day.
Thanks for the stars, Connor. We were in Maine this summer. We go to Maine all the time. We will come. We'll come back probably next summer. Happy little baby sleeping to Jazz. That's right. She is an angel. What's the biggest thing every lesson on YouTube misses? Well, you gotta really stay for the long haul to find out the answer to Michael to that. If I give it away, there's no surprise. All right, baby. She only likes it when I sing her songs. She feels the vibration, so that's the only way to keep her asleep, which works for me. Less well for you guys, no one to talk to, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. I know for certain the one I love, all through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner on the corner, don't go nowhere, why do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, it's me and the radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. This guitar's an Oliver Marine. talk to all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you, for you, for you, for you. I know for certain the one I love, all through with flirting. It's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner on the corner, don't go nowhere. Why do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, nowhere to go. I'm home about 8. It's me and the radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Your fave. Marine, like Marbin without a B. That's the logo. M, like Marbin, A-R-I-N, Marine. Oliver Marine. He's a Spanish guy living in Paris. Not easy to find those guitars. There are my other guitar, which is also badass. There is actually, right, I can send you a link. I found a used one that I was thinking about buying. That's just so badass. But I like have 3 of these really fancy Gypsy Jazz guitars. I can't justify buying another one. Yeah, but yeah, there's a Doderer floating around somewhere in the States. I found a link for it. So it's if you want to invest in like a real Gypsy Jazz guitar, I'll let you know about that one. Let's see, how about 1 second, sorry. Gotta write the lady back. Right. Put your dreams away for another day, and I will take their place in your heart, wishing on a star never got you far. And so it's time to make a new start. When your dreams at night fall before you, then I'll have the right to adore you. Let your kiss confess this is happiness, darling, and put all your dreams away. another day, and I will take their place in your heart, wishing on a star never got you far. And so it's time to make a new start. When your dreams at night fall before you, then I'll have the right to adore you. Let your kiss confess this is happiness, darling, and put away your dreams at night. It's a nice song, huh? Let's see. What's up, A-Cam? I'm at work and can't yap much, but that may be any. What about? Didn't you say you had to fly to Europe to pick up the guitar? No, but I contacted a guy in Europe to send me the guitar. I had only come seeking knowledge, things that would not teach me in college. Yeah, well, there's many things they won't teach you in college. How do you get used to voicings like that? Just by learning songs. Hey, A-Camp. So, yeah, I mean, you have to start listening to the stuff and reaching for it. So I think it starts with hearing the bass notes and the melody, like those are non-negotiable, right? So if I just figure out what this is, like, song I learned from Frank Sinatra. So if I just figure out, and then I figure out the root motion of the bass, right? So I don't really have options there unless I start reharmonizing the song. All I really need to do at that point, it's not really, on guitar you don't have a lot of options. You have 3 strings in between, or 2 strings in between your melody notes and your bass notes, and especially if you're playing alone you want to hit those bass notes. So that's a 2-5-1. It's E flat minor, A flat 7, D flat major. Just knowing the progression, you already know what kind of thirds you have if you know any harmony. So I have flatted third on the minor chord, obviously major thirds on the other 2. And knowing modes, you have a little bit of options, right? I can play it a few ways in this area of the guitar, right? So that the melody on this chord is a 13th, so I can't have a flat 13 chord, right? So, but I can maybe throw in a flat 9 to color it up, right? Melody on the major chord is a 6. So a lot of it's knowing harmony, a lot of it's just thinking and coming up with ways of playing things. Maybe move the melody somewhere else on the neck. Here. Right. So you got a few places to play it. But I don't know. I'm not super into reharmonizing these old songs. I don't feel like that's where I need to express my creativity. So it's just a matter of figuring out stuff that works. But yeah, knowing a lot of shapes obviously helps, and most of all, seeing the modes inside the shape. So if I have an E flat minor 9 here, I'm really seeing all of E flat Dorian inside. It's grabbable for me, and I can just change the notes. All these voicings are just ways of harmonizing that mode, and I can use a lot of them. Go into, let's say, A flat mixolydian. I can see that A flat mixolydian inside here. And then let's say I want to use something else on the A flat. So I can have A flat, let's say symmetric diminished, half whole. All these voicings are, I see them. Or whatever it is, like let's say it's mixolydian natural 9 flat 6, which is melodic minor. D flat Lydian, right? Don't want to make it fancy, or just Ionian. So then you have options. But that's the problem with general questions is you get general answers, right? A specific question, if you actually want to learn something, as opposed to just getting a roundabout thing, would be like, hey, on the second chord in All the Things You Are, what do you do in this area of the neck, you know, when you're soloing? Or what do you do behind the melody? Or what could you do there? You know, it's like you got to pinpoint the thing you're struggling with if you want to get some real help. It's a problem. Broadcasting you in my warehouse at work. Okay, well, I guess I should do something more artsy than talk about scales. Let's see. Is it comfortable to just play with downstrokes when you have the option of going for an upstroke? So downstrokes and upstrokes, the thing that, you know, that's kind of like starting the conversation halfway. Where the conversation starts is how you hold your pick. So if you hold your pick like Django Reinhardt, you can't lead with upstrokes. You can't get your pick in place to play an upstroke unless it's preceded by a downstroke, because of the angle of the pick, right? So if I'm playing, it's also a sound production thing, but it's everything is rest strokes except for I'm alternating only after I play downstrokes on a string, but I never start on a new string with an upstroke just because of the angle of the pick. It would require you to somehow get to rest on the next string, the one you're playing, and then wind up the upstroke, the motion of the upstroke. But when you're playing, like, let's say blues, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, and you're wailing on like Sky is Crying type bends, it's like, you know, it's either pinching the string or really like you want to get that upstroke that's pulling the string to slap back down and give you that nasal crying tone. So it's a sound thing, and it's pretty comfortable with that kind of technique when your pick is pretty much not angled, right? There's no forward slant. So it's a matter of the sound you're going for. Upstrokes can sound a very specific way because you're literally taking the string and slapping it like up to where it lands down on the fret and makes that pop. You know, that's really why I want upstrokes. But downstrokes, especially with rest strokes, have a percussive nature to them, to where the guitar sounds a little bit more like a dulcimer or something like that. And when you hear slow tempo playing, not the fast runs in Gypsy Jazz, but the slow stuff, it tends to be 90% downstrokes. Thank you, the baby is awesome. So if I'm slow lines like that. It's all downstroke. But the question is how do you create that sound where it's like, you know, a little bit more like, you know, get the same kind of articulation you do. So you sneak in some double downs and then alternate some when you can. I could show the world how to smile. I could be glad all of the while. I could change the gray sky to blue if I had you. I could leave the old days behind, leave all my past, I'd never mind. There is nothing I couldn't do if I had you. I could climb a snow-capped mountain, sail the mighty ocean wide. I could cross the burning desert if I had you by my side. I could be a king, dear, uncrowned, humble or poor, rich or renowned. There is nothing I couldn't do if I had you. Let's see. Sorry for this noob general question. What should I start in learning jazz, coming from a beginning and mostly blues rock guitarist? You should start by listening to jazz and knowing how it goes. If you don't know what you're going for, then you don't know what to do. If what you have in your mind is like, I don't know, Shrapnel Records and Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King and Eric Clapton and, well, Eric Clapton everybody should have in their mind. You know, he is God. But, you know, let's talk about mortals. So Stevie Ray Vaughan, B.B. King, Muddy Waters, whoever, like blues rock guitar, you know, Stevie Ray Shepherd, we call them. So if you have those kind of people in your ear and you're trying to tackle a Sonny Stitt solo or an Oscar Peterson solo or a Wes Montgomery solo, you're going to be completely lost. And also when you're improvising, you don't know what to do. You don't know the rhythmic vocabulary that goes into the music. I think a lot of people coming from blues rock are just so baffled by the fact that they don't have a good tool for the job, meaning they have their pentatonics and the pentatonics don't work to give you vocabulary to, you know, in terms of the notes to play, that they think that the notes are the only thing they're missing, but it's mainly the rhythms. You know, the rhythms is the main thing that you really need to be concerned about. So I see it all the time with people like are so obsessed with, you know, going on YouTube binges to find the notes to play and the substitutions and the scales, but they have zero rhythmic imagination for how a jazz solo goes, right? If you know how to play a blues rock solo, it means nothing about your ability to play a jazz solo. It's a different treatment of space and choosing when to play and what rhythmic values to play. So, it might be okay in this context to do like, whatever, like lines like that, but over. It's just not the way you play. You don't like do those spurts of pentatonicness, like it's like that blurty kind of playing that totally works in blues, does not work in jazz. And the pentatonics do work, but the rhythms you need to play are different. So you need to start. Here's the number one lesson. If you can take, actually, I was just spamming when I was giving that soundbite of the one thing they don't tell you. But if there is one thing they don't tell you, it's this: if your solo, if you take your guitar solo and strip all the notes away and play it on a snare drum, and it doesn't work on the groove, then it's a bad solo. Don't care. Doesn't matter how much you know. Doesn't matter how you play it. It doesn't matter with how much feel and vibrato and articulation. Your solos need to make sense on a snare drum, on a single pitch percussion instrument, right? So if I'm playing, you got to start asking yourself, what are good rhythmic ideas, and how can I start making them intuitively? So I'll give you an example of how to practice that. You're working on your imagination of just rhythms, not of notes. So swing, right? I'll play a 12-bar blues, and it doesn't matter what key, but like I'll play it here just to make it simple. Now, right? Oh my God, you are scatting. You love scatting. Yeah, well, I'm not scatting pitches. I don't love scatting, but you need to be able to generate rhythm. Now that's true for funk too, right? If I'm playing what's a good drum solo here? Right? It's like you need to be able to generate awesome rhythms in an improvised way in your mind. I didn't learn rhythmic licks. My brain just can play endless rhythms that I think are pretty interesting on the groove. In fact, that's the wealth of your imagination. That's the thing, right? That's the main thing that makes Wes Montgomery or any of these players amazing. Just the rhythmic choices that are intuitive to them. So it's not innate. You work on it by doing it a lot. But if you never think that way and you never do it, then you're always playing the same kinds of rhythms. There's an invisible layer to your playing that never gets better, and that's the most fundamental layer. It's like you're changing, the pillows on the couch where the building needs to be like remade. So you gotta just address the issues where they are. A lot of times for players, they're very fundamental. But yes, I did scat. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed now. I'm glad you're happy. Yeah, so now you know. You're welcome. My heart is sad and lonely. For you I sigh, for you, dear, only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing and wondering why it's me you're wronging. I swear that I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it, it's hard to conceive it, how you turn away romance. Are you pretending it feels like the ending? Unless I could have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You see me here, ripe for the taking. I'll surrender completely. I'm all for you, body and soul. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna skip. scatting. I mean, I will say this: there is some merit to singing along with your playing. For obviously, like if you're a horn player, that's not a thing. So, but there it does reinforce some level of connection to your instrument. But most people that start that take it too far and start doing it at gigs, which is, I mean, for me that was I was a victim of low self awareness too. When I was just like, you know, if you're not a George Benson type singer, and your voice actually is not helping the music, you're just ruining your solos. Even, you know, and most people's solos come out ruined, you know, as they are, without an extra layer of out of tune, out of, you know, out of rhythm kind of layer to their lines. But with that said, I mean, it is worth practicing to, you know, at home alone. Just don't drag it into your gigs. So yeah, I mean, I certainly have spent some time doing that too, and it's good. Also, like for, you know, for a man, it's like you can really hit. It makes you, it forces, if you're gonna sing in a way that you're not constantly like jumping registers, you really are sticking in an area of the instrument which is pretty low, you know, or at least not. I tend to solo much higher than where I would when I sing, so it's interesting to go through a tune and do that, right? If I'm singing, well, obviously Ella Fitzgerald is pretty incredible at it. That's, you know, if you, but I feel like most people I talk to, if they were Ella Fitzgerald, they'd know about it, or at that level, you know. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna do it like that, or like Louis Armstrong, then go for it. But that's just not what you see. But yeah. Like the licks I tend to play, or the areas I play, is like really the top of my range, right? Which is not even that high on the guitar. Right? This guitar happens to, like, E is really my lowest note. What's the name of the D-hole guitar that you got recently? It's also a Marine. I got a Marine, but I had to go. I had to send the bridge back because the action was too high for me. So they were shaving it down. So, but yeah, I mean, there is merit in just singing along, especially with changes. What's the name of the? Oh no, it's all good. So I mean, yeah, but those kind of those things should stay private. Do not start. I mean, you see people. A lot of times, I think when you sing and play in unison, or at least like attempt to, it's almost like your singing covers up your playing, and your playing covers up your singing. So it's just kind of, it's a ritual of reducing self-awareness. For a lot of people, you see, like they make them, it makes them feel, it's like a blankie. They put it on, and it's like, it sounds double bad, but yeah. Are you friends with Mike David? I don't know who Mike David is. Sorry. I remember Oteil Burbidge doing it a lot. Yeah. I mean, again, Oteil can sing, and George Benson obviously can sing. That's a thing. It really works if you sing what you play really well. It's, you know, then it's a thing. It's cool. But if you're not a singer, or like, you know, you certainly, like, I am not at a level where I can make my guitar playing sounds better by doubling it up with my voice. Especially, like, you know, I have kind of a little bit of a lower register voice, and it doesn't fit with my playing. Like, really, most of my singing is so I don't even know how to stay in that register playing like a thing like All of Me, right? Mike from Red Bar, funny guy. Don't know him. So yeah, I mean, it really forced me. I mean, I guess it's good for you to stay in a register, but yeah, once I get to like the B string, things start really sounding like frou frou for me, because like my do 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 like that register doesn't exist for me. Not in a way that like sounds musical. So you got to know when you start sounding ridiculous, and just try not to go there. Yeah, ridiculous is the name of the game now for a lot of musicians. So I don't know. Take your coat and take your hat. Leave your worries by the doorstep. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter-pat, that unhappy tune in your step? Life can be complete on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. See, now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over, and if I never make a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. your coat and take your hat. Leave your worries by the doorstep. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter-pat? That unhappy tune is your step. Life can be complete on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. See, now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over, and if I never make a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side